dear, we lost Carol.
Friends, Carol is trying so hard. She has been having some terrible technical issues with her computer. She went away again.
She did. So if you are trying to tune in, hopefully we will get Carol back here in just a minute. But you want to make sure you're going to Carol's Facebook page, which most of you probably are. But if you're not, make sure you go to Carol's Facebook page to watch this stream. Hopefully Carol will be back in just a minute. Until then.
Y'all.
There comes Carol. Okay, so while Lindsay tries to get Carol back on, I do see, so we are using a service to broadcast this to Facebook, and I do see somebody has entered the room. Rose, if you could leave the room and go to Facebook to interact with the party, that would be awesome. And so I'm not sure how the link got out, but that's okay. We just had some technical difficulties there. We are here to celebrate Carol. And hopefully we will get Carol herself on in just a minute. And we can go, yay, Carol! and say,
we are here to celebrate. Oh, Christy muted me, y'all.
I did. Well, I thought you were on the phone.
No. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Lindsay P. Brackett, and this is Christy Ann Hunter. And
neither one of us are Carol.
Neither one of us are Carol. Carol and I have the same publisher, though, so I can be Carol adjacent. I have a blurb. Like, I have some questions. I know her bio. I can tell you a lot about Carol right now. But we would much rather talk to her. I think she's trying to get back in. I'm not really sure. But she is having some trouble with her internet, and she switched her computer today to try and use a better computer, and it is just not.
It is not being happy.
Right for her. It's not. And today is her launch day, of course, for Deep End of the Lake. Mm-hmm. But since Carol's not in, real quick, so you know, like I said, I'm Lindsay, and this is Christy, and we host a podcast called A Rough Draft Life, where we talk about how, as writers, we know that your whole life is really just a rough draft. And today is a great example of that, because even when things are rough, you can just go back and edit them and fix them better.
If only we could edit this moment.
Well, this is a live moment, but you know what we can do? We can always reschedule if we need to. That's the beauty of life.
We can, but hopefully we will get Carol. I don't have her number. If you would text her and just tell her, put her laptop back on, and we'll just deal with the internet issues.
Might as well. I'm going to mute myself while you talk for a second, and I'm okay.
Yes. Okay. So, welcome to the party. We do want to tell you guys that if you're watching this, you can go ahead and be posting some comments, some questions. Once we get Carol on, we would be happy to ask her those questions. Any comment that you enter is going to be available for, there we have Carol! She's brightly haloed.
Yes, Carol's an angel.
Yeah. Do you want me to turn off any lights? I'm in a different place now.
Well, if you turn off the light above your head, are we still going to be able to see you?
Let's try that.
Right now, you're very bright.
Okay.
Every time Carol leaves, I get really scared she's not coming back, y'all.
I know.
Okay, let's see if that'll work.
She like walks by. It's a catch Carol in the moment.
It is catch Carol in the moment.
Catch Carol in the moment.
I would like for everyone to please drop a comment and let Carol know how much you appreciate the work she's putting into trying to get on this feed.
There we go.
Yay.
Okay, third place in the house, but
now we can see Carol.
Third time.
Okay, let me try one more thing.
Y'all, this is not just complete example of just rolling with life as it comes, man.
That is what the podcast.
You guys you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
already
like you said, we're here to celebrate Carol.
Internet poll.
If you have joined our party, please drop us a little comment and let us know you're here and say hi to Carol.
Oh.
Yay. Hi, cousin. I love it. So sweet. like I said, my name's Lindsay Brackett. This is Carol Grace Stratton. And Carol and I are both published authors with Lighthouse Publishing of the Carolinas. Christy Ann Hunter is a Regency author with Bethany House. And it is mine and Christy's pleasure to help authors launch their books. So we are so excited to share Carol's new book with you, Deep End of the Lake. And we wanted to give a couple shout outs really quickly to some other people who are releasing books in March. Yay! You can also pick up a copy of Eva Marie Everson's Dust, which releases March 23rd, also from LPC Books, or Kimberly Duffy's A Tapestry of Light. And Christy and I will be hosting both of these authors in separate events in the next month. So if you enjoy what happens tonight, be sure to follow A Rough Draft Life so you can always get updates for when we are partying with the authors, because we have a really great time. Now, y'all, Carol may have had trouble connecting her computer, but she has had no trouble coming up with fantastic prizes for her participants tonight. So be sure, look at all these great things. Be sure to leave a comment or a GIF, GIF, we can have that debate later. Or any sort of question that you want Carol to answer tonight, be sure to leave those for us in the chat, and we will be answering them throughout the night. But most importantly, you are being entered to win. Every time you comment, you are being entered to win one of those book prizes. So.
Absolutely. So if you housekeeping things as we kind of get rolling here, I will be disappearing here in just a minute because I'm making all the magic happen. When your comments appear on the screen and all that kind of thing, that's me. So I'll be hanging out in the background. Sometimes I like to interject my thoughts on what's going on. But do know that there is a slight delay between what we are recording and what you are seeing. So if your comment comes up later than you would have expected it to, that's probably why. So without further ado, I'm going to let Lindsay talk to Carol.
Hi, Christy. I love when Christy goes out because now I'm like, oh, I can stretch. I feel like I have room. Yay. All right, Carol, are you ready to talk book?
I am. I am.
That is the sweetest.
That's my sweet daughter. Oh, yeah.
Yay. So Carol, for those of you who don't know, is a novelist, a reporter, and a freelancer. She has penned 500 articles, 2 books, including Changing Zip Codes, and the award-winning debut novel Lake Surrender, inspired by her work with autistic students. The sequel to Lake Surrender, Deep End of the Lake, launches today. An avid hiker and baker. Woo, I love to bake and hike. I have to hike because I like to bake. It's
yeah.
She also speaks to women's groups such as Mothers of Preschoolers. Married to her literary muse, John, they have 4 children and 8 grandchildren and reside in Clemens. Where is Clemens?
Clemens right outside of Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Okay. North Carolina. All right.
Yeah.
She loves to encourage new writers and readers, particularly those who have just moved. So, Carol, we have so much in common, and I love it. I have 4 children. We both write. But you have got me definitely beat on the move. Because if I remember from an earlier chat, you have moved how many times? Like 22?
22.
22 times.
Yep. And live to write about it.
That is insane. So listen, viewers, if you can beat Carol 22, we need to hear about it right now in the comments. Mm-hmm. I have moved 3 times. Home to college to married. My husband and I did move 5 years ago, 10 miles down the road. It was a big one. It really did change our lives, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a little or big one. That's true.
I did. I wrote a whole blog post on how moving 10 miles down the road can completely change your life because we switched communities. We jumped the county line. It was a big deal. But
I have to just interrupt you. My daughter said I gave the wrong amount. It might have been an old bio, but I do have 9 grandkids. So you have to get that other one in there.
We cannot leave a grandchild. Not at all. Well, one of the questions that you had a reader ask earlier that we wanted to talk about was you've moved 22 times. You've lived in lots of places, but you write novels that are set in Michigan. So the question, of course, is, have you lived in Michigan? Is that one of your moves?
That's where we mainly lived, in different small towns, Holland, Michigan, Zeeland, around the Grand Rapids area. Okay. And I think it's a gorgeous state, and there's a lot to write about. When you want to write a novel, you want to give your writers a trip.
Mhm.
Take them to somewhere really interesting, and Northern Michigan is just amazing.
I agree with that. You want to take them on a trip. That is why I wrote books that are set at Edisto Beach. And also because I can go to Edisto Beach, tax write-off. So,
Hey, good.
yes. So good. So because you have moved so many times, you wrote a book about that, correct?
Yes, I did.
And
Yes.
the Changing Zip Codes, it's a devotional. Is that correct? Am I correct about that?
Yes, it was 40-day devotional, and you don't need anything big when you're moving. I've used a lot of my experiences, a lot of what God told me about trusting Him when your surroundings are new, and it hopefully helps people, because I just feel like that's a real ministry that sometimes the church neglects. And when you move, you're just open to all kinds of new experiences with friendships, and all this. So
I would say that's absolutely true. And Changing Zip Codes is one of the books we're giving away tonight, correct?
yes.
Yay! So let us know in the chat. Maybe you haven't moved more than 22 times, but if you have moved more than 10, let us know, because you deserve an extra entry. Oh, Courtney says she was born in Michigan and still has.
Yes, Courtney. Yeah.
Yeah. I have been to Michigan, oddly, which is because, I live in Georgia and I don't like to be cold. So it would be an opportunity to go there. However, I have a dear friend who moved to my hometown in the 7th grade. We are still friends. She actually texted me yesterday. And her family's from Michigan. So when we were 18 years old, we had graduated from high school. And y'all, this was 1998. No cell phones, like completely different world. We drove from our little North Georgia town in Georgia to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Like,
that's a big trip.
We were 18 and I don't know what my parents were thinking. Like, I still to this day, I'm like, you just let me do that. Like, we would just go home and be like, hey, we're at the Days Inn and, wherever. I mean, it does that. It's crazy. But it is beautiful, beautiful state.
It is gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah. Someday we're going, Christy, up to Grand Rapids to one of those mini conferences they have there.
There you go.
All right. So I would agree. Michigan is a very beautiful state. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So you can learn more about Carol on her website. And you can also learn, if you're on Carol's website, you can learn what her secret dream is. And if you happen to know what that secret dream is, we need you to tell us in the comments, because the first person to tell us what Carol's secret dream actually is, not being a writer, not being a mom, not being a speaker. You got to know what her real true secret dream is. If you can put that in the comments, first person to get it automatically wins your choice of book. Okay? Let's see if anybody gets it. I feel like I should put out like a disclaimer. Like, maybe people who are family, do they know this? Is this a secret you keep from family?
My sister might. She might not say the exact wording of it, but.
Okay, well, we're going to see if anybody gets it. And by the way, you can drop comments. You can drop questions. Anything you want to know, just drop it right there in the chat. All right, so. Oh, Thomas.
That I would like, but no.
Winning a baking contest would be good, though. It would be good. All right.
You would have been close, Matt.
Own an elephant. It is my daughter's dream to ride an elephant.
Really? That would be fun.
On the Price of Right. Nice.
My family doesn't even know my dream.
Oh, no. The family doesn't know. All right. So tell me. All right. One of your many hats is to be a speaker to women's groups. And you mentioned MOPS. And I have such a special place in my heart for MOPS because I was a MOPS coordinator.
Awesome.
Yes, okay. I left teaching to stay home and write books. And really, I instead had another baby and coordinated MOPS for the first 3 years I was at home. And then I wrote a book.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do love MOPS. I think it's such an important ministry for mothers, because I could not tell you, and you probably had the same experience, how many women would say to me, this is the only time I get out of the house with my kids.
Yeah.
It's the only social connection I have. For a lot of women, it's the only experience with church that they have. And I think it's such an important ministry. I didn't know if you had any specific little tidbit you wanted to share that you often share with the mothers of preschoolers.
Yeah. I think one of the important things is to keep your sanity, keep your sense of humor, number one, And I mean, you have to look for it some days. It's not always hitting you over the head, but it's much more fun with my grandkids because I can laugh and I'm not in an irritated mood or whatever. But look for humor, really dig it out. And number 2, do not neglect your girlfriends. And you might have to be the one who says, let's go for coffee. If they don't want to go, call somebody else, but get out of the house just occasionally. But even if you can't, text your girlfriends, talk to them. Don't neglect your girlfriends because they will keep you going.
And I would say also, Courtney thinks your dream is to get a tattoo.
Good one,
Courtney.
I'm too chicken. I do have a friend who's going on about age 50 though, so yeah.
That's
even there. It's kind of way out there. My dream job. Let me throw this out to somebody who might know me. It was my minor in college.
You can minor in this?
It has to do with my minor in college.
She dreamed she was going to have 2 more grandchildren.
I did that.
That's funny. More grandkids. Somebody really wants you to have some more grandkids. All right. Okay. Well, while you're trying to guess Carol's book, oh, yay. Hi, Jean. That's so sweet.
Jeannie? Oh, it's fun to see people. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Carol, you don't get a spring break because your current job is that you're a newspaper reporter. Is that correct?
No, I'm not doing it anymore. I did it for about 2.5 years, but it was great training and it helped me with this last book because our protagonist, Allie, is working for a little newspaper, which sounds like an awesome job. But I tell you what, when you have like 1 or 2 reporters and you have to cover everything from the new dog food company in town to,
meeting to the,
when the wife's opening up to school meetings, it is a hard job.
Yes.
It's a really fun job, but I tell you, it's tough, and you got to get those names right because if you don't, they are in the paper and you don't look so hot. Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, Erica thinks your dream is to sing.
She's getting closer. She's getting closer. It's actually not just singing. It would be a job in a place in the evening. Let's say that. Like,
okay, she's giving good hints. Let's see if any. All right. Well, I'm gonna talk about your book now while people continue to guess. All right. So, another question that somebody had asked us was, are any parts of your books written from personal experience? And so I know you mentioned that Lake Surrender and Deep End of the Lake, both of them grew out of your experiences working with children.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Or do you want me to tell you about the books first in case they don't know?
Well, I did work in a special needs classroom. It was completely AI, which is autistic kids who are very low functioning. And when I walked in that room, I thought, I got to write about these kids. Mm-hmm. And I grew to have a real compassion for their parents because it's tough to understand these kids. They're very special, but it was kind of like wanting to enter the world, figure out their puzzle. So I took that. I took my newspaper job. But a lot of what I took was friends I have who are single moms. And my heart always goes out to them. It's very tough. And I wanted to write about a single mom and some of the struggles, just to highlight that and to give them encouragement. Allie is kind of a knucklehead, my main protagonist, but I think we all have a little bit of Allie in there. I can conquer the world. Mm-hmm. I can do it all. I mean, man, and she's a new Christian in this book. So she's having to figure out, she doesn't have to do everything. Actually, trying to do everything is ruining everything. Because she's got her daughter is becoming rebellious. She's got, of course, Benji, her autistic son. She has a crazy job. And her very sweet fiance, that relationship's getting very frazzled. And she's having to learn to trust God and not her own little plan in life.
Very important lesson for all of us all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, For those of you who do not know Carol's books, I am going to tell you a little bit about both of them. So, her debut novel was Lake Surrender, and I'm just going to read you a little quick blurb about that one. That's the protagonist, as you mentioned, is Ali Cervantes. She's an unemployed editor with a precocious daughter and autistic son who has just lost her home, marriage, and any prestige in the world. So she takes a cooking job at a Christian camp. That's your debut novel. And now the book that released today is Deep End of the Lake, and that is the follow-up to this. All right, and here's your blurb for that. Who says giving up dreams isn't success? Ali Cervantes has all she wants in life, an upcoming wedding, a chance to prove herself with a writing gig, and 2 great kids. But her life turns for the worse when the unexpected happens, and she soon finds herself struggling with a rebellious teen daughter, a shaky job, and a shakier engagement. With her newfound fate acting as a life preserver, Ali discovers if you're in the deep end of the lake, you'd better learn to swim. I think I am in the deep end of the lake with Ali. I'm feeling it. We've got a teenage daughter. We've had, it's 2020 post, so I think we all have a little bit of that going on. Absolutely.
No kidding. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I know we have some people who wanted to know, this book is a sequel to Lake Surrender. Number one, do you need to read Lake Surrender before you read Deep End of the Lake?
No, I tried to make it as a standalone. It might be more fun to read the first one, but the second one you will totally be able to get into it without the backstory.
Okay, awesome. That's really good to know. But then also somebody wanted to know, did you plan for this to be a series? Are there going to be more books?
Oh, not right now. I found a sequel is very hard to write. And there's a side of you that would like to continue and show what happens to her daughter, but right now I'm thinking I just would like to try something new. I love the characters; they stay with me, and I think about them. But right now I'm going to try something new.
I love that. I wrote a standalone novel after my debut came out, mostly because people asked me, they wanted to know, and then they wanted another one, and I was kind of like, I have to work on something different right now.
Yeah, you do.
You just have to. Yeah. Christy's reminding us to be sure to enter comments, because every comment that you enter, every comment you leave us enters you to win a book. So, this person wants you to come back to California. So. I feel like is that a family person or is that a friend?
That's my cousin, and she misses me, and I miss her. I'm originally from California, so
yeah.
I moved, she stayed.
Well, isn't it great though that we have technology and we can connect in these ways?
It really is. I love it. Yeah, I love cell phones. I can call her and call my sister and family.
Well, good. So tell us this: how long did it take you to write this story? Because Lake Surrender came out a couple years ago. 2-3 years ago.
I think there's a 6-year lag. It was truly a book that is covered with tears and frustration because I didn't have nearly the trouble getting the other ones once I got my foot in the door with publishing. But I sent it in as a cozy mystery. That didn't work. They said, no, you are a women's fiction.
Yes.
Well, maybe I'm not. But so I changed it and I got rejected again. I mean, you think, oh, you don't get rejected once you publish. I'm sorry, you have to continue to submit to your publisher. And I had so much time in it. I felt like I'm connected with this story. So I just continued to rewrite it and change the plot a little bit. And finally they said, yeah, that'll work. Thank you. So I'm really happy to get it published.
I completely understand. Completely. Debbie said she just.
Oh, thank you, Debbie. My sister.
Oh, good. It's such a pretty book. Very pretty. All right. So tell us, recreational therapy has been part of your life and your books. So tell us a little bit more about that, how you incorporate that into the story.
Well, when you're working with autistic kids who are very disabled, you do a lot of recreation, a lot of community stuff. So I was pulling from that background a lot because they're not going to sit down and do academics and that kind of thing at all. I had some nonverbal. So it was really a challenge. But the other thing I pull from my background in the recreation part of it is I worked in camps for years, and actually when we were first married, my husband John and I, he ran a camp up in the Sierra Nevada mountains. So we have a lot of camp background. I became a Christian at Mount Hermon, going there. And so, I mean, camp to me is like, oh, such great memories. And I just feel like the Lord can really kind of speak to you when you are away from your home, you're in nature, and there's something about we let down our guard, and we listen to things we wouldn't listen to, talks and sing songs we wouldn't do. And I just love camping. So I incorporated the camp setting. I just thought it was a great setting to have a lot of stuff going on. And I don't know, I thought it worked.
I love it. I love it. Maybe our viewers should drop it in the comments. They should tell us other books set at summer camps that they love. Books or movies.
Yeah.
Oh, Jean thinks you're drinking.
I'm no expert, Jeannie. I'm still learning after 20 years.
I'm telling you, me too. Me too.
Okay.
People ask me all the time, how do I get published? And I'm like, you pray a lot.
You got a lot of patience.
Yeah, you have a lot of patience. Yes, absolutely.
Rewrite. Yeah.
Rewrite. So someone else had asked, how did you research the behaviors of Benji? And I would guess that came from your personal experience working with children.
It truly did. I've worked with autistic kids off and on for, well, in the classroom it was 2.5 years, but I did it in college and, just a few kids along the way. So I just would go back in my memory and think, okay, when they were upset, what did they do? They'd stem, they'd twirl. What are some things that set them off? What are things they love? They love, some kids, they just love to memorize things. I had one kid in our classroom, and he was autistic. He was blind. He was very nonverbal, but he would answer anything that you would ask him. And he would always say, hi, my name is so-and-so. What kind of car do you drive? And what's the license plate? And we tell him, you'd see him 3-4 years ago. He could tell you what you drove. He could tell you a lot. It was just amazing. So if you can kind of get into their world and see how they think and what's important to them, that's what I tried to put into Benji. But I wanted to also show how the Lord can work in these kids. And there's a few times where Benji saves the day, at least in the first book. And they have a soul. They have a need for the Lord. They have their selfish moments. They can do things. And I think we tend to think, oh, well, they don't need to go to vacation Bible school, or they, we'll just whatever. But there is something there. And I think we just have to be patient and try to connect with them on their level. And that was another thing I was trying to show with Benji. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great answer. Absolutely. I've worked with some autistic children myself in special needs settings, and they're all different.
They are.
Range on the spectrum.
Yes.
So many different, and it really is just about seeing the world differently, and embracing how we all see it a little differently.
Right.
So we are in that place where we are completely open to our viewer questions. So if you have questions, drop them in the comments. Christy is saying that she's got a clue on your dream ready.
Oh,
we're ready, Christy. Show us the clue. Go for it, Carol. It's evening. There's a microphone.
Yeah, no, my voice is shot anymore. Do you want me to tell or?
No, people need to figure it out. Listen, y'all. Right. You can just go to Carol's website and read her bio. You will find it. I promise. So it's right there.
That's a good hint, though.
And we won't go away. Like, you can just open a new tab and do that in your browser. It's very easy peasy. Easy peasy.
That's good. Yeah.
So tell me, Carol, aside from both of you being writers, what else do you have in common with Allie, with your main character?
I think we're both nosy. Now that made me a good reporter, but it drives my husband nuts.
That's funny. You're both nosy.
You have to know that? Yes, I do. I had fun with that because there were times she just got way out and should not have been in a place where she is, and she embarrassed herself. And I thought, I could have done that too.
Yeah.
So I had fun with that. She's probably much more self-confident and plucky than I am, but I think she was able to pick herself up and start over again. I think I've learned how to do that in life, just with moves and all, and 4 kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got to start over and do this. So maybe in that way too, we're the same. But she's definitely a little different than me.
Okay, I love it. Oh, Matt thinks she wants to perform your own opera.
That's a good one.
He has really lofty goals for you. You're going to write and perform that opera while sitting on an elephant.
I better raise the bar here. Oh, gave a hint.
Ooh.
I better raise the bar here.
Raise the bar. Come on, people. You can do this. You can do this. Well, what other questions do we have? Let's see. Someone had asked, is it hard to end a series and say goodbye to your characters?
Yes, it really is. I put on Facebook once I was out having coffee with Allie talking over things, and my daughter was horrified. Like, Mom, they're going to think you're nuts. We are a little nuts when you write, right?
You are.
You got this made-up world. You got people you can have them however you want to be. And I'll tell you what, you can put as many stinkers in the story, how many brats, just have a lot of fun. But you do get attached to them because you've kind of shared life with them, and you start to think they're real people.
Yes.
Even though you made them up. It's really weird.
No, I have a good friend who is in a writing group with me, and she constantly will say, I'm just listening to the people talk in my head right now, y'all. I don't have anything new to submit. They're just talking and they won't shut up.
That's right. You go to bed, they could be saying this.
Yeah.
You take a walk and you I said this, and if they did this, this would work out great. Yeah.
Mine talk to me a lot when I'm in the shower, so I actually keep aqua notes in the shower so I can write things down.
Great idea.
When I'm washing my hair, I have this revelation of, that's why this doesn't work.
And it's gone if you don't write it down. And I've had so many times I had the perfect comeback for something, and it's gone.
Well, let's tell Matt, since he's asking a serious question, what is your favorite scene in Deep End of the Lake?
I really liked when she was with the English woman, and I don't want to give away the story, but at the very end, she found out they had something in common. And the other part I like is when she came back to camp, and Will had saved her apron and whipped it out, and it was like he knew she was coming back. So those 2 scenes maybe are my favorite.
Oh, those are sweet scenes. What else do we have? Christy, do we have any other questions? Carol, do you have anything else you want to share? Oh, who was the person you were drawn to the most? Like in the stories, I guess? Yeah. So
let me think. I'd say 2. Benji I loved. I just thought he had such a heart of gold, and he was able to, even with all his naughty things he did, he was able to help people, and he wanted to help. And he actually connected better than Kylie, who was going through some teenage things. So that would be the first one. But I loved Will's being so patient and understanding of all the trauma that Allie had gone through. I don't want to give away that. It's in the first book, but he seemed to be, I'm here, I'm going to be with you and keep working it through. Of course, there came to be a point where he was getting very exasperated, but I just loved his kindness and his patience in having to not only marry a woman who had 2 kids, but one autistic kid and one ratty teenager. So he was very brave.
I would say so. Absolutely. Mary wins.
All right.
Yay. I like Carol. Chrissy put a wig on you, Carol.
Okay, let me see if I can fit it.
Yeah. Love it. You're loud.
There we go. Red hair. Ooh.
Carol's secret dream.
Yeah.
You can achieve this secret dream. You just write a book about being a lounge singer.
That may be a good one to do next.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be at 3 a.m. singing, but I just love ballads and piano music, and it's just the whole mellow kind of vibe. I like all that.
Oh, awesome. Do you have any music in the book? Does anyone play the guitar? I mean, it's a summer camp.
Let me think. I think they had a praise band. I didn't do a lot with music. No, actually, I don't think I did a lot. Part of it is it's hard to do lyrics unless you make them up yourself because you have to get in all that copyright thing. So I just thought, oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I've done that.
People are loving your lounge singer dream.
I'm kind of like a ham bone, but I also have stage fright. I was a music minor, and I almost didn't get past my, when they test you out, and I just froze up. But I got through it. But yeah, it's not a good combo. But I think if it's a dark room and I got a mic and I don't have to look at anybody, I could have a lot of fun with that.
You can absolutely do it. She would be incognito.
Yeah.
I think you should I think you should book yourself a gig singing in a lounge and then also selling books. You can sing.
I think my children would be mortified. So I'd probably have to wear that wig and change my name a little bit.
Huh.
I can do that.
Mm-hmm. The beauty of being a writer, you can be anyone that you want.
You're so right. Yeah. It's really fun.
It is. It's almost like being an actress, except without the whole stage fright situation.
Yeah, you can do it from home.
Kristy's gonna we need our viewers to give you a stage name.
Oh, this ought to be good.
I mean, I think your stage name should just be Allie in honor of the stories.
That's a thought. Yeah,
I think that's the perfect lounge singer name for you.
I wanted to say a little bit about her name too. Yeah. Allie. I liked Allie because it was kind of a fun, short name, and I have a niece that has that name, and I always thought that was really cute. But her last name, before she gets married, is Cervantes, and that's Spanish for servant, and I wanted to juxtapose that with her. I want to achieve a lot in life. I wanted this and that, and I wanted to kind of send a message, maybe to my readers a little bit, that, and I think in the second book it comes out even more so. That the life of serving as a Christian, the life of serving is so much more satisfying in the long run than trying. It's nothing wrong with it, trying to have goals, achieve them, but just to chase them and go bigger and better, it just, in the long run. And see, I'm old, so I can say that in the long run.
Oh, someone has named you Callie. It's a blend, Callie Carroll. I think that's the perfect name. Yeah.
Gracie. Yeah.
Yeah. Gracie be cute as a lounge singer. How sweet.
Yeah, that's kind of. I'd have to be 20 years younger, but actually, that's my middle name. So.
There you go. I think he knew that. She knew that.
Okay. Good.
Well, Carol, it has been so great chatting with you tonight about your book.
Oh, thank you.
Make sure, while we've got plenty of time here, that, well, Kristy, can you put up the 5 books people can win so we can go over that?
I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yes, so you could win one of these 5 books. You could win a copy of Lake Surrender. You could win Men Are Like Waffles, Men Are Like Spaghetti. Oh, my pastor was talking about that book the other day, and it is mine and my husband's favorite marriage book. We read it very early on.
Oh, great. I'll tell Pam that. Yeah.
And then, let's see, Pursuing Gold.
Historical fiction. It's a historical fiction by Cynthia.
Cynthia Simmons. I know her. Yes. Mm-hmm. The Littlest Bell Ringer. That's your sweet book about the Salvation Army. The buckets at Christmas time. And then we've got, is that a coloring book? The Discovering Joy in Philippians?
No, it's actually a Bible study, but it's real colorful.
It is. It's so pretty. I love it. Okay. So you could win one of these 5 books. So sweet of Carol to be giving away so many books tonight. Rose wants to know, did you find that you put family members' personalities into your book characters?
Well, Rose, do you think I would tell anybody?
Ooh.
I'd be in big trouble.
I will unabashedly say that I put family members in my books, and they know it.
They know it. You know, that's really, truly the best revenge for somebody. You know, when they make you mad, you're going to my next book, and it won't be nice. It won't be pretty.
Pretty. I try to be sweet about it.
Yeah, I'd say Will, my husband, has. He's not as laid back as Will, but he's got that kindness and just. I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to stick with you. No matter what, very loyal. So I would say, I didn't tell him that, but.
Well, Carol, tell us where all can readers find you to connect with you? Obviously, here on Facebook at Carol Grace Stratton. Also on Instagram, correct? Are you on Instagram?
Yes, I am.
Yes, same thing, same handle. Mm-hmm. And then you've got your website, same thing, carolgstratton.com. And they can buy the book in several different places. You can buy it from Amazon. You can go straight to our publisher, shoplpc.com. You can purchase it there. You can support a local indie and shop through bookshop.org. Do you have any other specific place you want to send?
No, that's Barnes & Noble, I guess. They carry it.
You can order it online through Barnes & Noble, usually through Books A Million as well.
Okay.
And probably, maybe even Baker Bookhouse. Sometimes it picks up some of ours and sometimes it doesn't. Just depends.
Okay.
But those are all great options. We will make sure that we drop those at some point here in the comments. Definitely, everybody loves to just, Amazon's easy. And it's true, it is easy. But if you are looking for it on Kindle, you'll want to definitely hit Amazon as well. And then
I'm sorry, just wanted to tell you they dropped the price, so it's only 99 cents on Kindle for a little while. So if you like a bargain.
If you like a bargain, pick it up. Yeah, sure. That's great. And then also, if you do look at Carol's book or any of Carol's books, she would love it if you would leave her a review. You can do that on Amazon, Goodreads, BookBub, anywhere that you can read and review books. Just drop a little review there. It is perfectly fine to write the same review on every single one. Cut and paste is your friend. So be sure to leave Carol a review so other readers can find her book.
Yeah, that helps. That helps. Yeah. All you have to, it's not a book report. You just say, I liked it.
Yeah, that's all you say.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah, I liked it. This was a great story. Yeah. Perfect for lake reading. Those sorts of that people, all people are looking for. Absolutely. Well, Carol, it has been so much fun chatting with you tonight. Let's see. I think we have achieved all of our goals. We have run through our schedule. We have answered our questions. We have made sure everyone knows what your secret dream is.
Don't tell anyone, but.
Don't tell. We have discussed the book. Christy, do we have any other questions to answer before we go tonight? I'm going to wait for her to pop those up. While she's popping those up, I just want to remind everyone. Oh, there she is.
I'm here. No, we have no other questions unless anybody pops one in here in the last minute.
In a minute. We are going to leave the chat open, I think, through midnight. So you can leave a question and still be entered. And then we will go through and randomly select winners, except for our person who guessed the lounge singer. Mary gets to pick her book. So you need to let Carol know. You can just drop it right there in the chat if you want to, which book you would like for Carol to send your way, and she'll do that. But before we go, I do want to remind you all that Deep End of the Lake did release today. Making a purchase today really helps Carol's book get seen. And it is, of course, women's fiction. It's set in the summertime at a summer camp in Michigan. And it's got a beautiful story about a family and a woman wrestling both with her fate and her life circumstances. And so I love that line about how she realizes that her fate was her life preserver, because I know that that is what it is for me. And I'm sure it is for
her. Good. Thank you, Lindsay.
You are so welcome. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. We had the best time. So be sure to just.
You guys are great.
Yeah. Tell Carol how much you enjoy your book. And
thank you for letting us celebrate with you, Carol.
Oh, thank you. It's been great.
I'm so glad it worked. It got to work.
Yes, finally. I'm sorry we had so many problems.
No, it's fine. Totally fine.
Okay. Super.
Once again, if you are interested in the events that A Rough Draft Life puts on, be sure to follow us on Facebook or Instagram at A Rough Draft Life. And you can tune in next Tuesday night when we'll be hosting Kimberly Duffy in the launch of her new novel, A Tapestry.
Great.
Okay. It looks like Mary wants the first book.
Which one was the first one? Oh, The Lake Surrender.
It was Lake Surrender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will send it.
Yes.
Okay.
And it'll be signed and everything.
Yeah.
We'll do that too.
Okay, so be on the lookout for Carol to message the winners. And in the meantime, go get yourself a book.
There you go. Thank you.
Once again, please leave Carol a review. Visit her on Facebook or Instagram. And thank you for being here with us tonight. Congratulations, Carol.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it, guys.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.